Hello guys, I've gotten a decent amount of comments about not having access to the new convene, the new starter banner and stuff like that, and even the requirements to unlock it and all of that. So I will start a completely new account and I will show you every unlock you do on the way, and also create a bit of a guide that way so you guys know when it should be unlocked and all of that. So I now just arrived at Jinzhou. It's really in the beginning of the journey you're taking in here. And we're now gonna go up to that big Nexus beacon and we're gonna unlock it. Of course, don't forget to grab this one right here so you can teleport to that one as well. Up here, you should be able to unlock Havoc Rover straight away. And it's also here you get the option to skip the main story or skip the Hulong or Jinzhou part of the story for now, but you can always go back to it whenever you want. Now we need to activate it, and once you activated this one, you should be able to either skip the story. So here, now I get the next stop, Rinascita. So if I want to, I can go here and do early access, and here you can pick proceed to the current active quest. So that means you will continue with the Hulong part, and that's the first part of the story. So if you really want to do the story in the correct order, go and do that first. But I picked the second part, but if I remember correctly, I should now be able to unlock Havoc Rover. So that's how you unlock Havoc Rover. It's really early in the story, and you just need to run this path and do the quest until you get to this Nexus beacon, and you can then go into Resonates by pressing C. And you just go up here and you can pick either Spectre or Havoc, depending on what you want to play. I like Havoc. Then you can level up Rover as well. You will be using Rover a lot in the beginning. And now I will continue playing until we unlock more features. But for now, I will go to Rinascita. So straight away when I get to Rinascita, I unlock the convene. And now I've only unlocked the basic ones, so I still will need to continue. I will unlock the starter one as well, the special one where you can pick between resonators from 1.0 to 1.4. And please skip the novice and this one and go for weapons in here instead. Getting Emerald of Genesis is never a bad thing, and once you reach unit level 45, you will get another chest, lets you select any weapon from here anyways. But going for an Emerald of Genesis is really good in the beginning because you need it on Rover and you can use it on any other sword fighter. And currently I also have access to summoning Frolova and Roche and their weapons. But we're gonna ignore that for now, and I'm gonna talk about that more when I unlock the starter banner. And now, just a couple of quests into Rinascita, we have unlocked flight. And something I also want to talk about when it comes to flight and all that stuff is exploring the map and so on gives you max stamina on flight, so you can fly for longer. So I hit unit level 5 and I explored a bit further in Rinascita. And I've now unlocked the starter banner. And something that's really important, don't want to miss out on, is that this has an expiration time. I don't know why they did it this way, but it expires after 30 days. For newer players to have an opportunity to actually grab the resonators that's in here, you have to put some effort in, because getting 160 convenes, and maybe there's a really good resonator in the startup banner as well, it can be really rough. So maybe before you start playing the game, you make sure you check out what resonators in the rate up and all that, if you want them or not, because otherwise you're gonna have to grind a lot before and within these 30 days, and also depending on when the rate up ends as well, you would have to go in on that banner first if you want a resonator. I don't say you have to, but that's just a big case of if. Let's talk a bit more about these. Don't go in this one, don't go in this one. You need your standard weapons and make sure you get them. Don't make that mistake, please. And when it comes to weapons that can go for in here. We had a huge discussion in my last video. Either go for Blazing Brilliance if you're gonna go for sword users, or go for String Master, because that's also a really good weapon for rectifiers, and that's basically the best weapons. I will link to the other video I did on this topic, and you can find the conversation we had about this, because that was a pretty long conversation. Once again, I'm just quickly gonna cover this so you guys don't have to be confused or anything like that. Depending on what resonator is in the rate up when you start playing the game, please go check out what team is really good for them, because maybe you can match them with someone that's already in here in this starter banner you can do. Other than that, Shorekeeper is the best support in the game. She gives you crit rate and crit damage. Just really good overall. If you want to go for a DPS, I can really recommend Camellia, because she's also really amazing at clearing endgame content currently. Those are like the two really good recommendations I can do right now. The rest kind of depends on your account and where you want to go and what you want to aim for in the future. Changli, for example, is not the greatest. Jinlin, I don't know enough about her, but I haven't seen a lot of people play her or talk about her either. Zeshi is really good if you're going other like Glacio and resonators like Holota, for example. And yeah, so it all kind of depends, but the two core ones I can really recommend is Shorekeeper. If you're already going at DPS here, you can go for Shorekeeper. If you want to go more damage focused account, you can go Camellia. And Camellia will probably give you more progress quicker than a Shorekeeper will. So that's my recommendations. And also, let's go into this celebration gift. Okay, this one doesn't matter. It's just who is here celebrating with you. You just get a lot of missions or goals you can do in here. It's basically, if you go into Rinascita instead of the start story, this is meant to give you some resources that you don't get from the guidebook if you go into Rinascita. Because the guidebook they did, I still haven't unlocked it, sadly. So I will have to jump into that again later on. But as we're talking about, this is really to replace the guidebook if you jump into Rinascita straight away instead of doing the start story. I will also go into, when I unlock the guidebook, why it's important to actually do the start story as well. You get some benefits from doing that first, so once I unlock the guidebook, I will get back into it. So I managed to unlock the guidebook just 2 minutes later, and you get a lot of missions in here, and you also get Union XP. So I don't think you got that in these ones, right? So yeah, even though you need to complete this stuff within 30 days as well, if you have a lot of time on your hands, please go and do the start the story first, for the simple thing that it will help you boost your account way quicker. You also get Union XP for following that, and you also get additional rewards down here as well. So it can be really important for you to just continue and doing that first before you go on and do Rinascita anyways, because getting higher Union level is really important in the beginning of the game. So you unlock more stuff and you are able to upgrade your resonators, weapons, and also get more stuff when you're farming and using your wave plates. That's also a really important part of the game. So go back and do the start story first if you can, and if you have time and you know that you will be able to complete this part as well within those 30 days. But yeah, and before I forgot, here you have a simple trick that you can use your shooter to kill animals around the world to get meat and stuff. And also, yeah, here are some more, for example. So you can just use the shooter to get that as well, and you still get the material. Really good, really easy. So you don't have to run around and go and melee hit everything. So I also managed to unlock a bit more in the Databank, and what I want to mention earlier as well with the flight stamina and all that, you also get normal stamina or running speed stamina or climbing speed stamina by completing databank entries. So upgrading here gets you more and more stamina. So in the beginning you would barely have any stamina, you would not be able to run very much or climb that high. But you can see all the way up to level 10 you get boost to the max stamina that your character or resonators have. So you can see now I got a bit more than I had earlier. And that's really gonna help you explore. But you just get that by progressing, so it's not something you need to focus on. The big thing, like I mentioned a couple of times now, is between this Solaris new Voyage and the guidebook, where you need to balance on what you want to go, because the Union XP is really important in the beginning, as I mentioned earlier. So be careful with that, have that in mind when you're playing. And also, I don't know how much of a difference all of this unlocking will be compared to if you do the Jinzhou story. Maybe you will unlock some stuff a bit later on, so you need to progress a bit further. I don't know if they also changed the Jinzhou part of this. Hopefully they did. Otherwise, what you could do is just get to Rinascita, do the beginning part here. You basically need to go to this beacon only and activate that, and you get to start the banner if you don't get it earlier in the Rinascita part of the story. At Union level 9 we also unlock the podcast, where you can get loads of rewards, and you can spend like 10 bucks or 20 bucks and you will unlock the second tier as well and get even more rewards. But the more valuable thing, if you're gonna spend anything on this game, is to get Lunite subscription instead. I'm not saying you must, but if you want to do anything, just buy this Lunite subscription. It's way better and more valuable, and I just want you to know that's an option. So I now became Union level 10 as well, and I started unlocking boss stuffs. So if you go into the milestones or the guidebook, I should be able to do boss challenges now, and I can even challenge the newer ones as well. So that's really solid. And these are the materials you need to ascend different resonators, so look up what your resonators need before you start farming. And you will also need 60 wave plates to claim these rewards. At Union level 14 you unlock the weekly limits. And these are the weekly bosses you can do to get skill upgrade materials. And you also start unlocking all the events and a lot of the requirements that you need to just do a lot of stuff in the game, and even the gateways. So you get the event, but you still need to reach Union level 30 to be able to complete it. But they give you a lot of events. So if you're starting out, what you could do is just do all of these events once you get them unlocked, just to get a lot of summons and so on. And there's a few you can get, and they actually have decent rewards and give you a lot of astrite. So getting them done as soon as quickly, just to get your summons and getting more resonators on your team, is a really good thing. And this one is really good. That's like a 10 summons almost from just doing this really simple event, and you don't need any special resonators or anything. And I will link to the video and the strategies I've done for this event on my other accounts, and you will be able to clear it really quickly. That is basically how you unlock everything on day 1 and everything you need to know about it. If you want to know more about the Star Banner itself, go back and check my other video. I'm gonna link it down in the comments so you guys have an easier time finding that video as well. It goes more into depth about the resonators and the weapons you can choose from. But as always, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.